8 years after Tintin and the Picaros, Hergé set out to draw a new adventure for Tintin, which gives the impression that it had been planned as the culmination of a long series. We will never know whether this is the case. Hergé died on March 3rd, 1983, before he could complete it. While fleeing from the Castafiore, Haddock stumbles upon an art gallery. There he is approached by an art expert who wants to discuss something with Tintin and makes an appointment. However, the expert does not show up for the appointment. He was killed in a car accident. After being the second expert to have died a sudden and strange death, Tintin investigates and uncovers the magician Endaddine Akass, who bears a striking resemblance to someone Tintin knows. The trail leads him and Haddock to Ischia, where the artist Raymond Nash designed his Alph-Art. A criticism of this album is not possible. There are about 40 pages of the entire story, 4 of which are penciled out so you could make them into the final version. The rest only exists in the form of sometimes very rough sketches, which only show the structure, the image composition, and in parts the plot of the story. In addition, the story breaks off at one of the most exciting points. Following the notes, Hergé wasn't even sure how to solve the situation there, and if he already had an idea, he took this idea with him to the grave. Hergé had set up a last will that no one should continue the story of Tintin after his death, which is contrary to many other series from the Franco-Belgian region, such as Spirou or Colonel Clifford. Hergé's heirs decided to respect this wish, although Bob de Moor, Hergé's assistant, would have liked to finish the story. It was left as it was and released that way, along with a few pages of notes with ideas. These notes show that Tintin and Alph-Art would have become a real panopticon of Tintin characters, because the following were planned to show up. Of course, the Castafiore, her maid Irma, and Igor Wagner, Joylon Wag, the annoying insurance salesman, Katz the butcher, the Thompsons, Emir Ben Kalish Etzap, Gibbons from the Blue Lotus, Dawson, also the Blue Lotus, and the Red Sea Sharks, Chiclet from the Broken Ear and Tintin and the Picaros, Madame Jamila and her husband from the 7 Crystal Balls, Ivan Sakharin and the Brothers Bird from The Secret of the Unicorn, and Laszlo Karidas and Mik Stanidov from Flight 714 to Sydney. Other notes even mention Dr. Krollspell from Flight 714 to Sydney, as well as the countries of Saldavia, Borduria and Sondonesia. And for the first time, Tintin also meets a woman who stands out among the other female characters. But whether Hergé would have dared to actually bring in something like romance or even planned a definitive happy ending for his eternal bachelor, that cannot be concluded from the records. Here too, the artist took the secret with him to the grave. And silent like a grave is the motto of the Thompsons, so we leave it here. Tintin and Alph-Art is definitely only something for absolute Tintin fans or comic enthusiasts who are interested in Hergé's way of working, which you can understand very nicely from the sketches, from almost finished scenes at the beginning to rough line drawings and just accumulated ideas at the end. On the one hand, it is a pity that Hergé decreed that no one should continue his work after his death. On the other hand, it is questionable if Tintin, drawn by another artist, would have been the same. Anyway, it wouldn't have taken away the character's popularity. Okay, and where am I now? There seems to be some other realm, I don't know. But the adventures of Tintin didn't end with the death of his creator. There are still some stories to tell. But I guess I have to wait and see. How long have I been here in this between space anyway? And where do I go next?